What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video. And today I'm going to try to make this a brief video, hopefully. But I wanted to briefly explain why a feeder city is not the answer for everything, okay? I've seen this in my group. I've seen it on YouTube, in SimCity Build It groups on Facebook, like literally everywhere, okay? And I see you guys, you level up too fast and you make all these mistakes early on, especially ones that I've discussed in my videos. And then all of a sudden somebody comes along and they're like, hey dude, just make a feeder city. And you're like, oh, okay. And next thing you know, you spend all your time on this feeder city and it doesn't, really fix all of your problems. So I wanted to touch base on what a feeder city does, what its intended purpose is, what level you should keep your feeder city based on its intended purpose, and what to expect when you have other issues going on. Okay, because believe it or not, if a feeder city was an answer to everything, then I would not be sitting here telling you guys how to fix your shit by restarting. I would have just told you to go make a feeder city, okay? There's a little more to it than what people realize. Now, very first thing is the level of your feeder city is going to base entirely on its intended purpose. What this means is all feeder cities are not the same, okay? They are not for the same purpose. If, let's say that you are somebody who leveled up really quickly, right? Let's say you've been playing for several years, you have lots of contested mayor's buildings, you're level, you're upwards past level 43, and you have, maybe 200-300 storage, and you know that, you're not going to restart because you've been playing for 4 or 5 years, right? That is when you would want to make a couple of feeder cities. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep that feeder city the lowest level that you can to farm rares. That way you have the best algorithm possible, right? You're going to want to connect it to your main city via Facebook, which means you're going to have to make another Facebook because SimCity Build It has not put out a way for us to, make friends on the game or link our cities aside from Facebook, which is really fucking stupid, but whatever. So you're going to have to make another Facebook, okay? You're going to need another device unless you use a cloning app, okay? I don't have videos on cloning apps. I haven't even messed with cloning apps, so don't ask me. I don't know. I might, get to a point where I get into talking about all that, but right now, no. Okay? So, you want to make your feeder city level 8 or 10, preferably the lower level, if possible. Now, the reason that you want to link these two is because, or you're going to have to make a Facebook if you want to keep your feeder that low. It's the only way you're going to be able to link the two cities together to be able to transfer the items. And a little tip, transfer the items in quantities of obviously 5, but don't put any more than 5 for sale until you've purchased the 5 that are up. We've been experiencing a lot of situations where people post, and this doesn't even go for just rare items. This has been going against for regular items, and people are posting them for sale. And then all of a sudden, they don't see them. Nobody can see them posted. And they check their internet connection. I've had it happen to me personally. I've watched people literally farm for 2 days, just farming rares and lose 50 to 100 rares just sitting in the depot because the game recognizes them as, I don't know, a hacker or something. So make sure that you transfer them in quantities of 5, and that goes for any level, all right? Give me just a sec here, you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. I am back. I know that wasn't a long time for y'all because I was fucking paused the video, but that was a long time for me. So, I have no clue where I left off. I know I'm talking about a feeder city and whatnot, so let's just get back to that, I guess. Now, if you're doing a feeder city for your lower level, or you're keeping your feeder city at a low level to farm rares, it is a good idea if you're going to want to click the lower level items, obviously, but the higher up that you go in level, the more items you unlock and the more difficult it is to find the other items that you're seeking, right? So if you want a feeder city for the purpose of, let's say, earning coins, then that would be a different story. You would want to go up in level a little bit. Just focus on whatever the purpose is. For example, what a lot of people will actually do is they will make their old city their feeder city, and then they will take their new city, since it's low level, and they will just make all the right choices on their new city, right? And honestly, here's the thing, okay? It really comes down to, how do you want to play the game? This is one of those games where real time is calculated. It's not in game time. It's not like, a 10 minutes is a whole day in the game. This is a real time strategy game. And what ends up happening is people end up spending all of their time wasted pretty much by running in place, is what I usually refer to it as. Okay. And what that means is you wake up every day, you do the same thing, and you get nowhere. Okay. Happens all the time. I see people all the time do it. Now, if you follow my building guide, that won't happen. You will make a decent amount of progress, and you will actually have shit to show for your time. And people will, they'll say, oh, just go make a feeder city. It'll just solve all your problems. Well, I'm going to tell you what the feeder city doesn't solve. That way you can get an idea as to why I'm telling you to restart your city. Okay? A feeder city is good for product and coin. That is the only thing that you gain from any feeder city, no matter what the feeder city is for. You cannot transfer any kind of currency, as far as cash, keys, plat keys, war simoleons, neo-simoleons, any of that stuff. All that stuff cannot be transferred. Okay? So the only thing that you can transfer from a feeder city to a main city is coin and product. That's it. So you're either going to use it for rare items, regular items, or coin, or to store items. So as like a backup storage, right? Now, a lot of people don't want to deal with the hassle of a feeder city, and I really don't blame you, because honestly, it's annoying. It really is. I'm not going to lie. And it's not necessary. It is not necessary. People think that you have to have a feeder city to be successful, and that is not true. Okay? And I'm gonna prove it to you guys, because when I wrote up Missy's Building Guide, I took all possible things into consideration when I wrote that guide up. And I have successfully watched several, not just one, not just two, but several players start over, or, find my videos at the beginning of their start. And they are extremely successful. Okay? Extremely. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you an idea of what their 3 months of playtime looks by doing it with by doing it my way with my advice, versus what you're used to, or what you typically see from the average SimCity player. Now, if you are making a feeder city, okay, and you're wanting it to solve all of your problems, it's not going to happen. And here's the things, like I said, I'm going to give you the list of things that the feeder city does not help with. What's going to happen is, if you're somebody who's looking into having a feeder city, it is probably because you've realized that you've leveled up too quickly and you don't have enough storage space. The contest of mayors is difficult for you. Your epic projects are impossible. You're struggling for coin. You don't have any of your shops unlocked. Things like that. Okay? Now, hang on. Every aspect of the game is important. Okay? Every aspect has some place in the game where you can find a purpose for it. And what I mean is, a lot of people will try to kind of cut one thing out of the game because they don't like it. For example, war. You know, when war first came out, everybody was like, you know what? I'm not into it. I'm not even going to fuck with it. And that was me. I would ban anybody that even used the word war in my group because I fucking hate that shit. As time went on, the developers made it to where you have to do war if you want to be successful at the contest of mayors, right? So, and why do people do the contest of mayors? Well, because they want platinum keys and cash. That's why. Now, it's not beneficial once you reach a certain point in the game. Usually about level 30 is where the contest of mayors becomes, honestly, a waste of everybody's time when it comes to be playing competitively. The Mayor's Pass is a new feature, you know, relatively new. You used to not get any of these pass rewards at all, okay? So, yeah, people will play not competitively and they will earn points that are easy where they don't have to spend cash, and that way they can finish the pass and they can unlock all the new buildings. So we're seeing a lot more people participating in the contest of mayors because of the pass. Then SimCity puts out an update recently, and they put out this VU pass, level 1, 2, and 3. And this is making people interact in the wars more, right? So you're going to see a lot more people adding war points. Now, like I said, if you're below level 30, you are probably going to want to play the contest of mayors competitively. And what that means is you're going to want to be going for the league prize. Okay? You're going to want to remain below level 30 to do this. Oops, don't do that. Don't pull a Missy and forget about your assignments. Like I said, I don't play competitively, so it doesn't matter what I do. You want to run a 2K average during this time. So just a little heads up, this is what level 99, which level 99, 43 to 99, you don't unlock any more items in the game. But people that are level 99 have been playing usually quite some time. So they have a little bit better of an idea of what they're doing. Now, what you want to do is you want to get the overall average of your score, okay? And as you can tell, this is the Metro League. So 150K roughly in the Metro League is higher than a 2K average in the Mega League. Because Mega, you have 75 total tasks once you do your tickets. So if you were to run a 2K average, that would be 150 or whatever, right? So that would be like running a 2K average in Mega with this score. And we're not in Mega. So he's doing phenomenal for his score. He's doing great. And that's right where he should be. Now, if your score falls below that in the Mega League, that's where he should be in Mega. And he's doing, you know, really good in Metro. Okay? So if you're somebody who wants to be able, if you don't want to spend real money on the game and have to buy cash all the time, then you're going to want to restart so that you can actually win the cash for the Maxis Manors, okay? If you don't want to be somebody who has to spend all of your free time on a feeder city hunting for rare items all the time, day and night, hang on just a sec. Then you're going to want to restart, okay? If you don't want to end up to where you have no keys, right? You have no plat keys, you have no gold keys, you have no cash, all of your store slots are all fucked up, you don't have anything unlocked, you're constantly broke. It's a mess, you know, and here's the other thing too, you know, a feeder city can't fix that you've leveled up. So the difficulties that come along with unlocking the regional maps and leveling up, that is where the problem lies, okay? What makes it difficult, the reason that your epics are difficult for you is because of the amount of items that you have unlocked compared to the amount that you can store. So if you wanted to, let's say, hold X amount of items, right? Let's say you wanted to hold 10 of each item that you have unlocked. If you were a level 24 player and had a decent amount of storage, you would be able to get your epics done in a fraction of the time because you would be able to prepare for them better. You would be able to do better at the contest of mayors because you would be able to hold more raw materials and set up more and have more items at your, you know, you would have more items available for you when you need them. So if you get an assignment to launch VU, for example, right? If you're somebody who only has 100 fucking space or 200 space unlocked and you're level, 40, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to not only win the contest of mayors, but prepare for it because you need around, on average, especially when you take into consideration that your VU task is a premium task, you're going to need around 50 of each VU to be prepared for the contest of mayors. And that's once you reach a higher level. When you are a low level and you're camping, you're going to need even more VU or, whatever, because you're, how do I put this? When you camp at level 18, you do the contest, you're not able to utilize those upgrade tasks. So you have to be able to make up for those points elsewhere. And at level 18, you have war, you have upgrades, VU, expansion, like expand your beach, expand your land. What else do you have? You have, launch VU, repair VU, all your war tasks. That's like 5 tasks there. I know I'm missing some, but you get the point. You have a very small variety of tasks that you're able to utilize at that level. And you don't want to spend all, your whole time canceling them all, because then you're going to fall below on your average. It is a good idea to go up to level 20 if you're wanting to play the contest of mayors competitively, if you're experiencing a lot of production tasks, because you'll be able to utilize those silver tokens that you earn from when you lose war, which is another reason why you're going to want to lose war, so you can get those silver tokens, so you don't get promoted up in arena, so that you can get those gold chest tasks done for a lot cheaper, right? So make sure that, you're in a club that fits your needs. That's the next thing. A lot of people will, hang on just a sec. A lot of people, and I've been running a group for a really long time, okay? They will join into a club and they will get familiar with the people in their club, and then they will want to stay because they're comfortable. They know the people. And people follow the masses, so to speak. So if, let's say, one person wants to leave, right? And there's somebody who's like an active member of the group. Typically, people won't follow that one person. But if 2 people and then 3 people, then they're like, oh, okay, maybe I will too, right? And what you really need to do is realize that you need to think for yourself, for one. Don't follow people just because they're going. Don't stay just because people are staying. That is not the way anything should be. If you want to be in a group, you be in a group because that's where you want to be. You go to a different group because that's what you want to do. If you're happier elsewhere, then go elsewhere. You need to find a group that fits your needs. Just like you need to, how do I put this? You need to find a city, like a sweet spot with your city where you can be like, all right, look, this is my city goals. And that's a lot of people's problem, is they have no goals. They think, oh, it's too early in the game, I don't need to think about that. Wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. You should be thinking about that, because it's going to make all the difference in how you're going to prepare to get these goals done. You don't go to college before you have a career choice. And if you do, you're typically somebody who just takes some random classes and spends 4 years just going to college to do God knows what. And then one day you wake up and you just have all these degrees, but no path in life. Okay? Figure out what it is that you want from your city. Do you want an Omega city? Do you want a pop city? And then what you do is you break it down to the mechanics of the game, and you see the best way to go about getting whatever goals that you want to get done. So if you've royally fucked one city, it is probably a good idea to restart and just redo everything, because it seems really foolish to you've already wasted enough time on the city, right? And it seems really foolish to now waste even more time trying to unfuck your fuck, so to speak. And then you have to spend all day searching global for rares and trying to fix the city when you could have just restarted and you wouldn't have to go through all that, you know? Now, like I said, there are good points to having a feeder city. There can be. But don't have a feeder city if your city is that fucked, is what I'm trying to say. If you're that screwed, it's probably a good idea just to restart, because it's going to follow you forever. Every single time that you go to do an epic project, it's going to want regional items if you unlocked a regional map, right? You're not going to be able to participate in the contest of mayors. And if you're not somebody who has a lot of limited time stuff or put a lot of real money into the game, then you would benefit greatly from restarting. And also, I don't know why people make such a big deal about it, because once you save that city, it's saved forever. So why don't you just put it to the side, restart your app, uninstall, reinstall your app, and try again with my advice. Okay, go watch the Missy's Building Guide video and follow my advice. If at any point you're like, you know what, I regret this, I shouldn't restart, then you just hit log back in to the shithole you came from, and you go right back to the hell that you were in. And I have yet to see one person come to me and say, I regret restarting. Now, just an idea of, for those of you who have not seen the Missy's Building Guide video, this is what you're going to have accomplished if you play an average amount of time. This is not for people that play an excessive amount. So if you're somebody who plays a lot more than the average person, you're going to get even more done by then. But I'm just going to give you guys a rundown on what to expect when you restart and you follow my guide, okay? You've restarted. You need to make another Facebook, Google account, whatever, okay? And this is without the help of any feeder city. This is just straight from scratch, one city, all on your own. This is what you're going to be able to accomplish if you follow my building guide. All right, you ready? Okay. Within 2 months' time, within 3 days, you can be, doesn't mean you necessarily should. That depends on if you want to unlock this pass. If you like this particular pass, then you're going to want to go to level 18 as soon as you possibly can. You're going to just want to do house upgrade after house upgrade and climb to level 18 as fast as you can and start getting those assignments done so you can start unlocking this pass. Okay? A lot of people be like, oh my God, oh no, I'm going to fuck shit up. No, you're not. Okay? Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. The algorithm between level 10 and level 18 is not so drastic to where it's going to affect you so bad to where you have to restart. Okay? Now, could you be a little bit better off on the rare department if you were to camp like a level 8 for longer? Possibly. However, that is a matter of opinion, okay? Because here's the deal. When you camp level 8, and let's say you have one city, right? You camp level 8, you have to get to 10,000 pop before you can unlock the global market. So you've purchased your services, so to speak. You've got your house upgrades going. You've hit level 10 or 8 or 10, and you've got enough population, right, to where you can now buy stuff on the global market. Okay? So now you have a very minimal amount of taxes that you're able to collect on per day. And you really don't have very many items unlocked right now. And you have very few shops, running. So you're really not making all that much money when it comes to your production line. So how do you plan to fund all of these rares that you plan to purchase if you only have one city? It's going to be a little bit difficult to earn money at level 8 or 10 when you're not doing house upgrades, you're getting barely anything in taxes, and you're not producing much of anything, right? And that usually is where people have trouble, because they have to upgrade their services as the population rises. Hang on. Okay, sorry. All right, so the population goes up, the service demand rises, and you end up in this vicious cycle of upgrading your roads and upgrading your services and all that shit. Don't do that. Do not fall into that cycle. The very first thing you need to do is go watch my Never Upgrade Roads Again video. I have 2 different road upgrade videos. One of them, I show you guys how to pick up a building and move it to get the notification to go away. But the other one is a lot better. It's more of a permanent solution. I teach you guys how to set your roads up to where you never have to upgrade them ever again, any of them, okay? And your happiness will not be affected by this. But you have to set them up a specific way. And I'm not going to get into all that right now because there's a lot to it. So just go watch that video, okay, when you're done here. And you'll be able to do that. And that goes for anybody's city, okay? Not just the people that need to restart. Nobody should be paying for road upgrades until you want to pay for them. If you like the look of a specific style of the road, then when you have some extra currency, then go ahead and change the look of whatever, road it is that you like. All right, so you're 3 days in, okay? Based off what you decide, you're going to decide whether or not you want to climb up to level 18 so you can start unlocking the pass and utilize the group feature. That's another thing. Do you find more rares at level 8 by having a lower algorithm and having less money? Or do you find more rares at level 18 by being able to utilize the group, trade with members, win stuff in the Contest of Mayor's Pass, win stuff in your war chests, the group chest, all these other, rewards that you're not able to access at level 10. So it really pans out to be almost better, actually, to go up to level 18. That way you can utilize all of those rewards, right? So, people are so stuck on camping low level. Yes, you do want to camp low level, but you don't necessarily have to camp that low of a level, okay? And it's going to be a lot easier for you, and I mean a lot easier for you if you camp level 18 than level 8. And I'm going to tell you why. Not just because of all the reasons that I just listed, but because also you're going to be earning plat keys, gold keys, and cash during this time. Whereas if you're level 8, you're not going to be earning any of those things, really. You'll do a few city achievements here and there, and you'll use them on your shop upgrades, but you're not really going to be doing a whole hell of a lot, You're not going to be getting shit done. So if it were me, I would not camp level 8. I would just do the best I could. I would do my house upgrades, and what you should do, if it were me, okay, if I was to just restart a city and build a perfect city, I'm going to tell you step by step what I would do. I'm going to turn my game on. I'm going to start doing house upgrades, okay? Get through the tutorial, all that good shit. Any city achievements from this thing here that I pull up on my screen here, any of these, I'm going to leave uncollected, or I'm going to collect them when I'm ready to upgrade my shop slots, okay? And I'm not going to upgrade all of my shop slots on the hammer store first. I'm going to do the building supply store first, because that one is going to make your nails, which is what's going to give you a nice, chunk of change. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to set my roads up, and I'm going to set them up to where I don't have to upgrade them. And that's going to be, at the corner of my screen, somewhere where I don't have any intentions of moving it anytime soon. Once I get that squared away, I'm going to continue on with my house upgrades. I'm going to pay very close attention to my house upgrades and what they're asking for. If they're asking me for 20 nails, I am not going to do that. I am going to hit the refresh button and either wait for the timer or watch the video ad and see what the new building requirements are, because there's no reason to do that, okay? If you know you can get the upgrade done for cheaper, then try to do it for cheaper. Don't just automatically donate whatever it asks, right away. Sometimes it'll ask for like 10 planks or something. Don't do that. Okay. I'm going to do my house upgrades, and I'm going to do them in a way where I'm putting out a few construction zones here and there, but I'm getting all of my houses upgraded to max, because if I end up at level 18 with a bunch of half upgraded homes, that's going to be a very big problem for me later. Okay. So I'm going to proceed on. I'm going to shop on the global market. I'm going to boost my pop the best I can to get it to 10,000 as quick as I can, so I can utilize the global market. Once I do that, I'm going to buy any and all rares that I see, and I'm going to start upgrading my storage, and I'm going to upgrade my land, but not too many. Okay, just upgrade your land. Save your beach upgrades. Don't do any beach upgrades right now. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, once you hit, level 10 or whatever, if you see a lot of rares, you can go ahead and stay there just for maybe a day or two, if you're not really seeing any more than you were, then just screw it and just go up to level 18. And you're going to proceed on. As you proceed on from level 8 to level 18, you're going to notice that there's going to be a lot of new features getting unlocked. You're going to unlock your barn. You're going to unlock, flour and donuts and police, health, and fire and all that good shit, right? So there's going to be a lot of demand for coin during this time. A lot of people stress about their happiness at this point in the game. Don't stress on that, okay? Do not stress about the happiness too much. Yes, happiness accounts for 20% of your pop, your taxes. So 20% increase on your taxes is done when you have a 100% happiness, right? So if you click your taxes here, it'll show you the tax rate percentage increase based off your happiness level, okay? If, let's say that you're in a situation where you have very little money and you need to upgrade some homes, but you know that when you do that, you're going to unlock health or something, or police, and you don't have money to fund it. Don't stress about it, okay? Just do a couple house upgrades. You're getting like $1,500 per house upgrade at this point, right? And you're only donating like less than 500 in items half the time. So you're getting like $1,000 a pop. So don't make sure that you're selling all items for maximum price, okay? Make sure, if you want to produce metal during this time, you can make, you make what, $10 per metal per 1 minute. So you make $50 a minute off 5 of them. Yeah, at that level, not a lot of people are going to buy it though. So what you're going to do during this time is any cash of any kind, you're going to spend on your shop slots. The most important shops first are going to be your barn. They're going to be your building supply store and your donut shop. Those are the very first ones that are going to be the most important. As you progress on, you're going to want to do chairs and, hammers for your chairs. So you're going to want those 2 shops as well. Every single shop is going to need upgraded to the maximum. That's a fact, okay? Don't worry too much about the new shop until you get to level 18, okay? The next thing, and this is something that, a lot of people have trouble with, is do not buy anything that you do not need right now. A lot of people get excited and they want to buy water and they want to buy trees and things like that. Don't do that right now, okay? It's not of benefit to you right now. Your time and cash is better spent doing this, okay? So as you proceed on, you're going to go up in level. You're going to get all your stuff squared away to where you're getting everything done. As soon as you can go from, you're going to have the 3 slot factories. Do not buy the 4 slot factories. They're a huge ripoff and there's no need for them. Okay, just wait until you unlock the 5-slot ones and then do the jump on that one. Do not buy the nano factories. Those are $30,000 more, and the only difference is they can be placed near a home. That's it. Okay, and they look a little different. So get the regular ones, the 5-slot ones, and do that as soon as you can. And even if you can't do them all at once, just do a few here and there. As soon as you have some extra coin, and I don't mean, you know, a lot of people, they'll upgrade their airport or whatever, unlock their airport and their VU tower. Only do that when you have extra money. Okay, you can do that once you hit level 18. Once you hit level 18, you're going to stop and you're going to camp. You're going to be at level 18 for a long time. Okay, during this time, you're going to upgrade your storage to 350 to 400. You're not going to leave level 20 until, you know, you can go up to level 20 if you want to, but don't leave level 20 until you have at least 400 storage. And hopefully by then you've won the contest of mayor several times. Now, just a heads up, the timeline on this, everybody so far that I've watched do this was able to have 400 storage done within 3 weeks of playing, roughly about 2 to 3 weeks, and they have won the mega usually once or twice by then. Okay, so during this time, they have, at that point, by level 18, you should have all of your shop slots that you have unlocked, because you're not going to have all the stores unlocked yet. But during this time, you're going to have them all unlocked. Okay, you're going to have hopefully won the mega round at least once or twice. You're going to buy a Maxis, and I'm going to go and I'm going to show you guys something, okay? And I have 2 people in my group that have been playing about roughly between 2 to 3 months. And I'm just going to give you guys the list of what they have accomplished in their 2 to 3 months of playing. So Yoda, I've talked about him quite a few times in my videos before, and he has around 600 or more storage, and he's taken, like, I haven't seen him in like 6 days at all. He must be on vacation or something. I don't know. I think he said something about leaving, but I don't know if I caught that part of the conversation. But anyways, been off for about a week. Anyway, so he has about 600 or more storage. His mountainside has all 3-pointers, okay, and some 4-pointers. These are all of his epics. These are all gold epics. He has a Maxis Manor here, and another one right here, okay? And as you can see, he has police, health, fire, hospitals. Okay, so he's going to be able to convert every one of these homes to a gold epic, right? Before he proceeds past level 24. He's been playing about 3 months, roughly, about 2.5, 3 months, okay? And he has won the mega round, I think 5 or 6 times now. So he's got a really nice chunk of cash on him. He's probably got like 9,000 or something cash. He's got 1,500 plat keys, and that's after purchasing these 2 things, which are very expensive. He's got somewhere around, I think, 1,000 gold keys. Now, CPT, he's doing phenomenal as well. I've referred him in many of my videos. He's the person that has put in time making the production charts. He did the Excel spreadsheets for the production plan that we put out. And we worked together to put that together for everybody. And it took us, you know, quite some time to go through all the variations of possibilities. But it's out there at your, you know, discretion if you want to use it or not. If anybody needs it, you can look me up on Facebook or Discord, and or you can, you know, like I said, I have it on my Facebook as a public post so that people can, you know, save the screenshots, or you can just hit me up on Messenger and I'll send them to you. Okay, so this is CPT. He has been playing roughly about the same amount of time as Yoda, except for he had a higher level city at one point, and he saw my videos and then he decided to restart. So once he restarted, he got up to level 18, and then he hit me up and he joined my group. He's been playing roughly, like I said, 2 to 3 months. All of his shops are maximum upgrade. His depot is fully unlocked. As you can see, he has all 3-pointers along his mountainside. He has roughly the same amount of platinum keys as Yoda, so right around 1,500 or so. Gold keys, he has about the same, like 1,000. And he has also won the mega round several times. He's purchased his maxes here. I think he bought another one. I'm not sure. I don't know. He's got a nice chunk of change on him as well. He has done, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 epics so far. They're all gold. And those at his level with all 3 pointers, okay? We've been calculating up our epics here to kind of see if there's an average zone of about what they cost. So just an idea for you guys. He has 600 or right around like 500 and something, 600 storage. If he preps, pretty well for his epics, he gets gold at about 150 to 160 is the cost, 160,000 in product. And that is not an accurate, or that is a more accurate number because we calculated the exact items that went into it. A lot of people, when they calculate their epic projects, they say, well, I started with 20,000 and now I got 8. So it cost me 12,000. No. That is not accurate at all by any means possible. Okay. So his epics average about 20 to 40 minutes, depending on how well he's prepped. And honestly, a lot of the 20 minutes is the cooldown between the requests for the buildings when they ask you for items. Otherwise, it would probably be done in half that. And, so he's doing great. Definitely broke as shit right now when it comes to coins because he's doing his epics, but he's also sitting on like 100 gold tokens or something for the contest of mayors. So that's 2 to 3 months playtime. So you take somebody who's been playing for years, right? And you look at what they've accomplished. They're level 60. They have 200 storage. Their shops aren't unlocked. Half their maps not unlocked. Keep in mind, they have all beach. See the little boardwalk, how it goes all the way to the right? That indicates that he has that slot unlocked. He has every mountainside piece unlocked. All 5 slot factories. Every single one of these shops that you see here, including the one for the medieval thing, those are all maxed out. He runs an average, if he's not doing the contest of mayors, and he uses our production plan, he averages no less than 87,000 a day in product that he's making, because that's what our production plan is for. And that's for a level 18 player. He's now level 24, so he's actually going to be making a little more money than that. And our production plan, it includes everything, okay? It doesn't matter what shop slot or what shop discount you have unlocked, it's in our production plan. That's what those columns are for. Because as you progress through the game, you're going to upgrade your shops for time discounts. You might have a 2-star building supply store and a 1-star hardware store, right? So let's say that, this item was more beneficial in this shop, but now this one is because it has more of a time discount on it momentarily. You'll be able to look at our production chart and you'll be able to see how many of that item you can make per hour in that shop based off of what level shop you have. And our graph shows every single thing, every shop, every item, for every token possible, for every time discount possible, for every shop possible, okay? We put a lot of time into it, so use it. It's there to be used. You guys don't have to be broke, especially if you put a little bit of time and thought into your actions. You will see that it's a much more pleasant way to play when you aren't struggling to keep your head above water, right? So, you guys, think about it this way, right? Do you want to spend the next 2 years searching global for rares on 10 different feeder city accounts and trying like hell to not be broke and be able to afford anything. And then when cool shit comes along, when the limited time stuff comes along, you're not going to have any money for it. Not unless you pull out your pocketbook. Because you ain't winning the contest of mayors when you're that high. Not for a cheap price. So, yeah, what the fuck then? What do you do then when your cash runs out? And you're sitting there and you got, no cash. How do you buy your shit? And what's even worse is the plat keys, because those can't even be purchased, So not with that, okay, think about it like that, right? Let's say you wanted waterfalls on the back of your city. And you're a level 50 with like 300 storage or something. You can't win the contest of mayors without spending like 900 cash. And then you're lucky to win even then, right? So now you're sitting there going, well, I'm screwed, now what? And you're like, oh, maybe after I rank up in calm for the next 19 times, I might earn enough plat keys to buy a waterfall, right? So definitely save your plat keys. Gold keys are much easier to get. You're going to upgrade your VU tower. I recommend doing the VU tower up to max, because not only does it helps, it really does, to have them all available to you. The first one is definitely the best option as far as key to VU item ratio, because you're spending 4 VU items to get 3 keys versus spending I think it's 11 VU items for the last one with a more difficult repair demand and, a less key to VU ratio. So it's just a matter of preference and what you want to put into it. The VU tower is somewhere around 2.2 million or something to fully unlock. You will get a little Maximus Man statue that does a 40% pop boost when you unlock it. I know it's hardly anything worth your 2.2 million, but whatever. Gold keys are very, very valuable actually in the game if you're somebody who wants to be able to buy buildings, or if you're a war player and you want to upgrade your war cards, you're going to need a lot of gold keys. So either way, you need them. But note on this, always wait to buy the items that are, if you see items in the menu that are all the time items, they're there to be purchased every day of the week, okay? They're normal item buildings or normal game items or whatever the fuck I'm trying to say, okay? Don't buy those. Do not buy those right now. They are not going anywhere. Don't buy them. Save your stuff. If you see something that's limited time, we're going to have a lot of shit that's going to be on a discount soon. When, for example, I want to buy several deltas for the front of my city. And, I could go and I only got 300 plat keys. And at my level, it's hard to get them motherfuckers. Okay. So yeah, I could go and drop it on two deltas, or I can be patient and I can wait. And I can see what comes out around Black Friday, because last year they did a sale on every category. They did one category every other day or a week, or I can't remember how they did it, but it was every category. Also keep in mind that stuff does go on sale quite a bit. If they just randomly pick categories. Usually in September it's education, because that's when school starts, right? You're going to have always keep in mind the holidays. We got Christmas coming in December. So we're going to have all the Christmas shit coming out soon. Now, sometimes they do the reoccurring, the Christmas tree and stuff, but usually they'll do an item here or there. We got Halloween coming next month. So they're going to be putting all the Halloween shit out. You want to be able to buy that stuff, right? When it comes out. You don't want to have to be well, I've spent all my fucking money on water when I could have just bought it later, when it was on sale. The water, it goes on sale. When it does go on sale, that's going to be when you're going to want to purchase it. The lakes and the bigger lakes have a higher pop boost than the ponds. They usually go on a 50% off sale so you can get a 4-pack of water for $20. Just spend your shit wisely. Don't be in such a hurry, okay? Keep in mind on your epic pointers. because when you get to where you're doing epics, you're going to want to pick the category of your epics, and that is why you see the observatories in their cities. Now, as you can see, Yoda, he purchased 2 of the mountain items that he knew he wanted for sure, and then he saved all the rest of his platinum keys, and then he used gold keys to get all of the observatories. Now, at a later time when he acquires cooler stuff, if they're 2 and 1 pointers, he could put them out for display, and whenever he wants to do an epic, he just puts out his 3 pointers. Simple, right? So just, play smarter, not harder. I think a lot of people, they they think that if they have to play using their brain, that it makes the game a little less fun. I completely disagree, but I guess it just varies from person to person. You can play this game like a brain dead jackass and get nowhere and accomplish nothing, or you can, pull your head out of your butt and think, okay, there might be some method to this to where I can be successful if I just use my brain a little bit, right? Honestly, a lot of the questions that I get asked are very easy to answer for yourself. And I think a lot of people, they get into this habit of just having somebody else do the hard part, Like, for example, let's say somebody comments on my video, right? And I have no problem with you guys asking questions at all, okay? Not at all. I'm here to answer them and help you. But I'll have somebody come up and they'll be like, how do I put this? Like, which VU tower or which VU disaster is the best to launch? Okay. So, or, what power supply is the best to purchase, right? Things like that. What epic category is the best to make? Which one has the most 3-pointers? These are people that have that part of the menu unlocked. It's like, why didn't you just look? Like, open your menu and look and see which ones are 3-pointers and which ones aren't. And there you go. And those are for the people that actually have the menu unlocked. But essentially, that's all I'm doing. You're asking me, and I'm just going to go and investigate it. Now, whenever I investigate a question, I try to be very thorough with my answer. If somebody asks me, hey, Missy, what are the best war cards to unlock if you're playing for the purpose of the contest of mayors only, not to play to win war, just for the contest? You know how many people would say, well, go unlock this, this, and this, and have no rhyme or reason for what they're saying? No. I sat down, I went, okay, what all do I need to consider here? I need to consider every possible type of assignment that you're going to be given. And I need to take into consideration the amount of war items that are going to be unlocked. Then I need to take into consideration that you're going to want to be able to use a shield buster, right? And that you're going to want to have one of each rarity, so common, rare, and legendary. So I'm making this list in my head of all the things that need to be taken into account, and then I choose the cards based off of all of those needs, right? How many people would just say, do this one? You got to put a little thought into it. When you're looking at your shops, a lot of people do this. They look at their shops and they go, well, I'm going to bed and I want my shop to run as long as possible. So I'm going to put up a bunch of beef at night. That is the stupidest thing, because now you just put up 22 hours worth of beef, and that is a pain in the butt. Okay. So now you're going to wake up in 8 hours and your shop's going to be full of beef. Not to mention, you just pretty much lost a bunch of money that you could have had. So use your brain a little bit. Think, well, at level 18, you can make veggies, melons, and flour, right? Okay. So you have a choice here. Do you make 8 hours worth of melons at night that you can't do anything with at your level, aside from make smoothies, which you're not going to do because you're making donuts? Or do you make flour or veggies? Most people would make melons. Okay, great. So you made melons. You made 6 melons. That was your 8 hours worth of melons that you can sell for, you know, a couple $1,000s, 3,600 and something like that. And I decided to make 11 flour. My shop ran for only 5.5 hours at night, but I made 11 flour, so I made double the money that you did. You know, you just got to put a little thought into it. If you're a level 18 player, you make 1 flour bag every 30 minutes. That's definitely a hell of a lot better than making a melon, right? You get $730 for the melon, takes you 90 minutes, whereas you get $570 for a flour that takes 30 minutes. And you don't have to make the saps. So I'm not going to get into all that, the production stuff, but a lot of how you play is going to be preference, the time available on the game, you know, like how your work schedule is, how your sleep schedule is, all that stuff. But the worst thing that you can, the very worst things that you can ever do in this game is level up too quickly, unlock regionals, not upgrade storage. That is the worst things that you can do. Okay? As long as you are below level 24, your city is savable. Unless you built a bunch of homes that are not regular homes. And I should have said that in the beginning. Do not, and I have this in my other videos, do not build any homes at all that are not regular homes until you're ready to make other shit besides epics. Because if you build Latin homes or the new homes that are available, that is one less epic project that you have available to you at level 24. You want to be able to, how do I put this? You want to be able to convert all of your homes into epics while you're at the lowest possible level, because it's going to cost the lowest amount. And you're going to want to put all those as gold epics, not silver or bronze. You can do silver or bronze later when the epics cost more. That way you get more done for your money. Why pay 300,000 to complete a gold epic at, you know, a higher level when you could have paid 150,000 and got it done at a lower level and then worked on your other ones, right? So, you know, a lot of people think, oh, well, I'm going to have silver and bronze tokens for the contest of mayors because I'm going to win a bunch of gold tokens. Well, yeah, you're going to win a bunch of silver tokens too. So yeah, they might go uncollected on the top of your house, but if it takes 20 gold token pieces to make a token and you're building up your epics and you have like 10 of them sit there, big deal. So what? The money that you're going to make back just from having that home generate a gold token every day for the rest of the duration of its lifetime is going to make up for any amount lost where it sits there, you know, being uncollected. Don't burn through 65 tokens just because you have 2 token pieces you need to collect. That's foolish, okay? Just let them sit there. They're not going anywhere. They're not hurting anything, and they're not costing you anything. You're not missing out on anything, okay? They're there when you need them, and you should be making your items and using your tokens wisely. You know, run them on flour and donuts for money. Run them on nails for money, okay? Save them for the contest of mayors. Don't just burn through them just because you have one to collect. That's foolish. And for those of you who don't know, 35 is the magic number. You cannot collect more than 35 tokens. You can have more than 35 tokens, but you can't collect more than 35 tokens. If you hit the token on top of your house and you have more than 35, you will not be able to collect it until you fall below 35.